All right. So, hello everybody. My name is Nuno Tavares, and here's my co-host Andy Klutner. And today we are going to do our first attempt.
Live.
We are live this time around.
We are
so we're brand
live now. We're new to this, people. This is going to be exciting.
So for all of you that don't know, we're just going to do a quick little introduction. So my name is Nuno Tavares. I've been in the marketing world for the last 15 years. I run 2 agencies, doing incredibly well. I actually left my corporate job about like 2 months ago to pursue this full time, and it was a 25 plus year career, and God knows all kinds of things I did in that field. We just are really passionate about marketing and really passionate about helping individuals, especially local businesses, getting their whole kind of presence out there and really building out things that are making sense for their business and putting them online. So that's me in a nutshell. I'll let Andy introduce himself here.
Hi, I'm Andy Klutner. I've also been in the digital marketing space for over 20. I'm an old man in this space. I've been doing this a very, very long time. This is all my natural hair, though. It's not gray. I haven't.
See, every time you bring in hair into the conversation, it just makes me a little angry inside.
20 years I have been building websites. I used to do ASP, it was so long ago. Old websites. So our specialty, because we've been doing this so long, is taking old sites, maybe something that we even built a long time ago, and refreshing it, making it new, making it better, which is, I think, a little bit of the subject that we're going to go into today.
Yeah, and it's a little bit more than that, right? Like, I mean, when people build a website, most people are just like thinking about building, oh my God, I just built a website. And like, what do I do? Like, well, there's a lot more to a website. It's like one of the, like, I wouldn't even say it's the first part, but it's like one of the steps in getting your business fully online and going. And what the purpose of this show is, one, we want you to follow along and kind of like see how we do it and like maybe find some tips and tricks to like kind of get it going for yourselves. And then mostly after that is like revising or kind of like giving a little bit of life back to your site. So in the perfect situation, we're going to call this website rescue, and we're going to attempt to rescue like lingering old sites. And again, Andy, what is your favorite comment to a website that's been out there for a long time?
So if you have a website that has been out there for a long time that's not receiving any traffic or anything like that, if there's no traffic going to it, it's just a billboard in the wilderness. Now, when we do eventually start running traffic, which we're going to have videos on how to run traffic to your website on this channel, if they get to the website and it's a dud, then they're going to leave immediately. So we've got to give them something exciting, something that's useful, and something that will get them the information that they want. Not something that looks like it was built in 2008, with disrespect to some of the sites that we're going to see, but we got to refresh it and make it new.
Well, I mean, but you bring up a good thing. I mean, even our site, we refresh our site, like every 2 years? Like, so it's an ongoing thing.
More than that, yeah.
It's like your car, you have to go in for a tune-up, 100%. You have to change your oil. It's the same exact thing. So the concept follows the same exact. Absolutely. You can't have a billboard you used like 20 years ago working the same way it did now. So it's just a kind of same strategy that you got to really think about. You were going to say it?
It's funny because we always have clients. When we're first meeting them, we work with a lot of local businesses, and when we work at those local businesses, a lot of their comments are like, I don't get any business from my website. And maybe there's a reason for that. If I was spending marketing on something, I'd want it to be good. If nobody's coming to you from your website, then there's some key things that are not working for you. If you got to imagine that being online, there should not be any question whether you should have your business online anymore. If you do have this question, this might not be the channel for you. But
well, I wouldn't necessarily say that. Maybe we could convince them. Maybe they could see the light.
You know what it is? It's not that they need to see the light. It's that they don't understand what they could do better to get those people to check them out, to make money off of their site. There's so many easy, cool tricks that we're going to be able to do for them to make it really work much better for them.
Yeah, so what we're also going to do is, like, when we first start designing a site, and we're going to get into the website rescue that we're taking on, and remember, this is going to be a couple sessions. We're not going to be able to really redo an entire website in a matter of like 30 to 40 minutes. It takes some time. There's just styling involved. There's kind of like the general, like a lot of. Well, we've done that, so it's not to say that we haven't built them in a day, but to get the really quality that you're looking for, you want to make sure you're designing with the purpose. Yeah, I know. I was just thinking about like last week. But the point of everything that we're going to try to do is kind of teach you the whole methodology and like the whole structure of what we're trying to do. So it's just really important that when you go to build a website, you can actually manage your entire business directly off of a website if it's managed right and if you connect the right softwares. Now, the way we're going to try to teach you is we're going to literally take you from an existing website that somebody has and then slowly start showing you some of the things. And we're going to show you examples and kind of give an overall strategy even before we start, right? So just kind of getting into the first website rescue ever, you know, like... Yeah, no, like I wish we had. I have noises.
We should have some fireworks.
We should.
Fireworks. July 4th was yesterday.
Yeah, I know, and we bought those cheap fireworks that ended up actually really being nice. They're amazing. Yeah. So
you know what's funny? Just before we go a little deeper, I think one of the most important things that people have to understand, and that we're going to be teaching on this channel, is it doesn't take a lot to do this.
That's right.
A lot of the sites you're going to see on Website Rescue are charities. Are 503Cs, and the thing is, they don't have the budget to do the updating, to do so forth. So their websites haven't been updated. So what you're going to see is how you can do it on a budget, and we're going to be giving our services away free, basically, to show them what we can do.
Absolutely.
And also because it fulfills a little bit of something in our heart, something so we can help people out.
Well, it's not even that. Well, and again, the same strategies we're going to implement for these 503c charities are going to work for your business too. So we're going to...
Any business. Absolutely.
The goal, exactly, any business. And the goal of what we're trying to do is to show you the whole business in a box kind of scenario. So to get right to it, let's just jump right into it. So we reached out to our really good friend Tamara Zentel, who gladly offered her family's church site. It's a 503c, hasn't been updated in a very long time. Again, due to budgets, again, it's 503, you know, and sometimes they build them and they just leave them there. Yeah, it's all volunteers. So we wanted to jump in, and I was like, what a great site to start off with. So without further ado, let me go ahead and let me see if I can get these buttons right, Andy. Like, this is going to be, oh, that's you. Let's see, me and you.
Oh my God, you know, it's working.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is kind of show you the site. And like, you know, there's, so one, you know, there's already a couple things. You can obviously tell it's a little bit of an older site, right? Because it's got a very small frame. There's not a really clear menu up on the top. I mean, it's got core things, but the one thing that you're going to learn for every site that we build out is, one, there's got to be a clear call to action, right? Now, if you were a church, of any denomination or whatever you want, the one thing that you want more so than anything else is members, people coming to your church. So obviously having directions, which they're not in here because, you know, does it have the address? Yeah, but nowadays you can attach maps, you can do it. It has a phone number, but is the phone number clear? Is it visible so people can dial on maybe some older phones when they can't actually click a button? Does it have a clear call to action, like, you know, come and join us here, or join us, or anything to invite the person to do something on the site? Is there a form to fill out? Is there in there? Now, there is a lot of great things in here. You know, you have, you know, a whole outreach. It talks about all the services that they offer, the mission, the pastors. So it's got some good things. And look, you have your Facebook right there connected to it. But the thing of it is it, like, could we do a little bit more with that? Can we get them on other social media? Because just because you're on Facebook doesn't necessarily see there. What else, Andy? I mean, from the designer perspective, what do you see?
Well, the first thing, the first big red flag is the majority of your traffic, we do it all the time, the majority of your traffic is going to be mobile. This site, unfortunately, is not a mobile website. And that's going to be probably the biggest thing that we're going to work on right off the bat, is make it so that it can be seen on any device. If you click on inspect there, as you can see, the website just changes its size to a smaller version of what they have as a desktop site. So what we're going to do, our first big thing, is make it so it's really easily viewable on a phone. You know, 70% of your audience are viewing your website on a phone. Everybody wants to have their desktop perfect, but I got to be honest with you, all that matters is right here, having it right on your phone. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to do. We're not only have it linked to social media and linked to those outside references, we're also going to try to get those good inbound links from all those places to increase it there. Plus, another thing, just from a design perspective, imagery. We want to have some changing images. We want to have images on the website that convey what the church is about, who their congregation is, who are the people that they're trying to serve. So the biggest thing that people have to realize about websites is people, this is crazy, people deal with people. So people like to see people. So the more people you can put on your website, and I sound like this, I sound a little nuts saying people this many times, but you got to have more people on your website. All are welcome. Right here, perfect example, right here on the right-hand side. All are welcome. A big mass of different kinds of people from different walks of life. Welcome to our website. A picture of what's going on in the paragraph. The pastor, who I actually watched a couple of his videos on YouTube, the main pastor, he puts out one of the big things that they want to add to this website, which I don't know if I've spoken to you about, is they want to put up all of their Sunday services online. A lot of their congregants are elderly and can't get down to church, but they want to still feel like they're part of the community. Well, right in the middle, we're going to have a video. I would like to have a live video, just like we're doing right now, streaming on YouTube, a live video so that those congregants can be in church but be at home. The pandemic was a terrible thing, but it did get us online. And by having us online, people are now used to viewing live sessions online.
Yeah, but I want to stop you there because that's actually a really good point. That's the other thing that you got to have, right? Like, I mean, the world's changed over, especially the last 2 years. We've been accelerated into the online space at like a very hard force. So being online nowadays, regardless of the business you have, is critical. But being online the right way is what we're going to try to show you is also critical. Because again, if you build that website and it's got all these things, but nobody's really going to it, and it's not easy to navigate, and it's not calling people in, you'll keep your current, and it'll be a good resource, but that's all it'll ever be, versus becoming a generation for leads, for members, for whatever your goal is. And that's what's going to be super exciting about it. And I love the whole YouTube thing. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's even there, a nice big YouTube video in the background, we kind of get it going. But like if we kind of go and click through the site, right? So we have our mission, and again, well written, beautiful. It's got like quotations, everything's good, but does it speak to me? Does it engage me in a way? It just doesn't, unfortunately. It's a little older. We just need to like kind of pump it up a little bit. They have job opportunities, so it's got a nice little job. No opening at this time, but we could create a little form, a little wait list, something along that way. Make a donation. Now I know this for churches.
On the job opportunities, one thing that they want to add from the discussions I had with them is that they want to have the ability for people to fill out a form, just like you said, and be able to volunteer. Because again, they are a charity.
Absolutely. And then you have a way of donating, but again, is that easy? Can I do it right from here? Should it be on the top menu item? All that other stuff. And then we have this, as you can see, and it says the new church site. Look at it. It's a beautiful church. I just think we need to do a little bit more with it. They got a giveaway going on. They got informational, an international site. I mean, there's just a lot of really good things here. There's Mr. Cunningham, Pastor Cunningham right here. And again, really great story. But again, can we do a little bit more here? So a lot of really good things here.
That's Dr. Lewis. That's Dr. Lewis.
Oh, that's Dr. Lewis. Okay, I thought it was... Okay, got it.
That's Dr. Lewis. Who, by the way, I do plan on going to upstate New York and maybe meeting this congregation one day.
Oh, very cool.
A fun
very cool. So with that being said, we wanted to show you somebody who obviously has been, another church site that's been around for a good while, has a massive marketing budget, and you'll know it right away the second I show you. But the goal of it is regardless of beliefs and what you worship and how you worship, it doesn't really honestly matter. What I want you to look at is the site. Now, let's call out a few things that are going on here, right? Talk about, am I in it? I'm in it. I am looking at one of their best videos, really coordinated, nice video. It's obviously a little bit of a premium budget, but you'd be surprised what you can create on a budget to have an engaging video just like this. You have call to actions of learning more and get tickets now, right clear in the center. And look how crazy this is. Right off, and this is what we call, by the way, for anybody that's watching that you haven't really really don't know what the terms are, anything that when I search, like when I get into the website first, I should know what this site is about within the first 3 seconds. Now, did the old one have it? Absolutely. I know it's a church site. It says it right at the beginning. But here, not only do I know what it is, I immediately get a call to actions, get to now or learn more. Andy, I know you're dying to say something. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I am, because the thing is, and I'm gonna actually have you go. I'm gonna have you type in another site, because I think just to prove your point. Joel Osteen's, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, his congregation is gigantic, and you may feel that your congregation may not be nearly as huge. How can I have a site like that? The point is we're modeling. We're taking something somebody's already spent millions of dollars in, and we're not copying. We're being inspired by. So I'm going to have you go right now to a church. If you go to exoduschurch.net.
Now that is one word I will never be able to spell.
I'm putting it in Slack right
now.
Slack channel. If you could click on that link, what's great about this is you're going to see similarities. I bet you they may have even modeled Joel's website. I wouldn't be surprised. So if you look at this right off the bat, okay,
Same.
You've got the video background. They have the upcoming, this is like what they want to put in front. If you scroll down, the upcoming Sunday service, bang, right there on the home page.
Well, look, I didn't even know about this site, but remember early on when I said, right, clear call to action. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Do they have one? No, that would be something we would add in ours, right? What is cool is what you mentioned. They have a live streaming, staying tuned, so this automatically streams directly into here. Not hard to set up if you're already on YouTube. You have, look, gathering times and a map of where things are. So already things that we mentioned earlier on that is in here. And a very clear give button. We're probably going to do something a little fancier with the give button. Mm-hmm. But as you can see...
click on the next link. Click on the next link that I gave you. These people even do it better. Wow, and I know it's a small congregation because I investigated it
perfect. Look at this
bit before I did it.
Yeah.
Clear calls to action, worship online, worship in person, visit us, sermons, live streams, events. I mean, the video, bang, right there at the front.
Look at that. They even have an app. Oh, my Lord. So there's a lot of really good things here. But notice the same exact thing. Everything we've been saying, right? We went to the one site, and as you can see, it's got 2 calls to action, the worship online and worship in person. That's beautiful, right? It's got a great, nice video in the background. It's got sermons, events, small groups, clearly easy to navigate. The vision, we can probably get that going. Sunday live stream. I love that they have this live stream. That's amazing. So that's definitely something we're going to look into. They got an app. They got us subscribing to our newsletter. Look at all the great things. And look what I like and is super exciting at the bottom, directions. Now, I probably put a little map in there, but the fact that I have directions, it immediately takes me to a Google map. Folks, this is what I'm talking about. And I guarantee you, these are mobile friendly. And let's show you what I'm using a Chrome browser for anybody. It's Google Chrome browser. I'm going to inspect.
This comes with your computer.
This comes with Google. And all I did was hit right click and hit inspect. And as you can see, it already mobily optimizes automatically. The way we're going to design it is going to be the same exact way. So a lot of cool features in here that we're going to see. And again, we never copy, and I want to be very clear on that. But look, but we didn't even have to get really inspired by, because we literally called it out. We said video background really early on. We said a clear call to action. You mentioned a YouTube and a live stream, and we said map and directions. Notice we went through 3 different sites that are a little updated. All of them are there. So now we're just going to get a little bit of creative how we want to present the data. So now that I got ideas, and by the way, when you're a business, and let's say you're a landscaper and you want to find out how to look at your competition and what they're doing, and look at the competitions that are spending money. And the way you know they're spending money are the people that are showing up on Google Ads, or they're showing up in Facebook all over the place. Click on those sites, because 9 times out of 10, they've already been updated. And I mean, it could be for any service. We work a lot with dentists. So dentists, chiropractors, anybody, any local business. I mean, we're doing a church. And this is something that is really wild that you can do. Yeah, I got super passionate about that because this is so exciting.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? More to your exact point. A lot of people feel like when they go to a website, they want something different. They want to reinvent the wheel, where that's just going to slow them down. We've noticed a very large mega church to a very, very simple church all doing the same things because it's worked. And I think that's really, really key. People at the end of the day want to be entertained, but they really just want to get their information and get on with their live. And if you notice, you may say, oh, these all kind of feel the same. There is a reason these methods work. Now, why are they so boxy? They're boxy because we got to make sure that they can show up on a tablet. We got to make sure that they can go on a phone, on a big screen, on the television, somewhere like that. There's reasons that these methodologies, and we're going to teach that, there's reason that these methodologies work and that we're going to use them. And we're going to take this site and we're going to do that.
Yeah, so I think we've gotten a pretty clear example. I think now we're gonna like kind of just strategize on like the what we call the wireframe, right? Actually, I think you corrected me, Andy. I don't think you call it a wireframe. The sitemap. You know, this kind of like sitemap.
So the biggest thing here, Nuno, is this goes back to our old funnel building days.
Well, not old. I mean, I still think we're still doing it.
Well, some of our
semi-retired.
Always talk about, there's a difference between going to Home Depot going to a fine clothing store and going to Target. You go to a fine clothing store, you walk in, they guide you in, you feel like it's only.
Why does everybody make fun of the Target? I love the Target.
Can you find somebody in Target? No, I walk into Target, I can't. Or Home Depot is worse. You walk into Home Depot, you can't.
These are like my favorite stores.
It's your favorite store, but if you want to ask a question, it's tough. If you go to their website right now, go to their website right now. There's a lot of links right there on the homepage. Where do I start? No, not Home Depot. I'm sorry. Go to the church's website. I apologize.
It's like, why are we getting on Home Depot?
If you look here on the left-hand side, there's a lot going on here. Now go back to that other church's website, the Stonebridge. I gave you the link for it.
Yeah.
We have 5. And then underneath those are all those other links. So if you put your mouse over About Us, bang, right there. So what we're going to do with this sitemap is we're going to take all this long list of links that they have, and we're going to reduce and prioritize of what people need. You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense.
Super. Yeah, because that's like the whole idea about when you go to Home Depot, everything is all there at once and you're freaked out. But if you're guided with which way you want to go, that's the purpose of a sitemap. So we're going to start off with the homepage.
Well, yeah, I was just kind of getting. No. You're on a roll. I totally get it. But I used to call it like wireframe. Some people call it site. I think
wireframe is how a site page. Okay, so full disclosure, I used to work at what some people call Amateurs Online, but AOL. I used to work at AOL, and I actually worked in usability interface design and sort of like that. A sitemap is where's the map? Where are all the pages? A wireframe is literally just that. A page is laid out with where things are going to go on that page. That's a wireframe. So if the image is going to be here and the paragraph is going to be there, that's a wireframe. It's kind of like an architect's rendering. This is just figuring out what we need for the site.
So cool. So we got Miracle Missions of our 503 project that we're going to start, right? So the first thing that we always have to have is the home. And we'll get into the home details like we mentioned before. But again, this is where I'm now going to go to my other kind of sites out there. We'll start here because, again, here's why going with the bigger boys, bigger boys and girls, is very important. Because here's the thing that you got to think about. They have a massive budget. They have people that have massive research. They spend thousands upon thousands, if not millions of dollars on advertising, on building out, on copywriting, which is like the words that go into the page. So I always start with the big and then I work my way down to the small because they have so much vested in this that it's just not going to match any of the budgets that we would ever have. So with that, here are a couple things that I see. I see our ministry, which I like that. It's very clear. I think we can shove a lot of things to Andy's point. Instead of saying about us, I think our ministry's just got a little bit of a better feel.
Our ministry better. I agree with you.
Our church, whatever, and we can go back to Mr. Cunningham and like kind of go back and he can guide us through a little bit on the language that he prefers. But either way, it's going to be either our church, our ministry, our gatherings, whatever they want. But we're going to go with our ministries there. I like the watch. I really like the watch because if we can get a live streaming element in there along with some YouTubes, I think that's going to be pretty golden, especially based on what you said. Some people just can't make it anymore. Some of they're elderly, and we definitely want to make sure we solve for that. Events, don't really know if that needs to be a main one, So if I go to these other two,
Yeah, go to this one. So about us, go back to that one. Yeah, about us, I agree with you for our ministry because it basically says the same thing.
yeah.
And then you see how they use connect? I love this because in connect, that's such an open word. We can have in person, we can have the events, but we can also have the view online. All in one space.
See, I actually, believe it or not, I like the watch better. I think we can maybe compromise in between.
So the difference between the watch with Joel Orenstein's than this is he always has something to watch. If you don't always have something to watch.
But in this case, I think he has older YouTube videos, so I think we can put some of them in there. Yeah, so no, but I hear where you're going with that, but I think maybe we can use something like that in order to do that. I think even maybe community and everything else, and then definitely donate. I want to put the donate up here.
Yeah, but I also want to have visit us. I think visit us.
Donate. Okay, so
if you go back to.
So no. Like stay with that thought. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get that home going, and then we're gonna bring in another page. And by the way, this is Lucid Charts. I've built these things on PowerPoint or even Post-it notes. This is not a joke. If sometimes you walk into either one of our offices, we have pads of Post-it notes when we're building out sites because it's free and easy, and all you got to do is move things around just in case we don't agree. Which, by the way, Andy and I will strongly disagree on a lot of things. We're like,
we will debate. People.
We will debate. We will debate because marketing is a very what's the word? I wouldn't say it's sensitive, but it's a very very intricate process. Words matter on a site. Colors matter. Now, where I'm really colorblind and I don't have the design eye. I know when things either look really good or really bad. But Andy's got more of the design eye. But we're both not copywriters. We will be inviting one of our favorite copywriters. She's going to be doing some guest appearances to kind of help us manage some of the words. We actually have a few great copywriters that we love and adore, and they've been with us for quite some time. But they'll come in and give us some suggestions. But words matters, colors matters, navigation matters. All that matters in a website, and we're hoping that you guys will see that. So, and by the way, we're going to say you guys a lot. We're from Jersey. I can't help it. It's I think it's literally part of.
Forget about it.
You guys forget about it.
You guys, if we curse, we apologize. I'm going to teach us well, and we'll probably say some other words that we will translate for you. So let's put the homepage at the top. So the first thing I'm going to tell Nuno to do is I'm going to say put the homepage at the top, and then we're going to make 5 cells underneath it immediately. So instead of doing so, websites are not linear. A funnel would be linear. So we're going to this is going to be spread out. So we're going to have 5 of these boxes basically underneath it. The first one being our ministry.
All right. So we're going to have the home, right? And then we're going to have...
Yeah, now move that one to the left. Yeah, our ministry, and move that one to the left.
Oh, and I hope I was about to say, you guys, you guys.
Forget about
it. We can't spell, both neither Andy or I. This is why we hire people to spell for us. so I am not ashamed to admit that publicly. So just fair warning.
You're putting it linearly. Put it wide. So our ministry on the left. No, leave the home in the middle.
Okay.
And then move the ministry to the left. Here? No. Down to the left. The other left. Right there. Now bring the other one. So
I'm so confused.
When we build a lot of these, what we're making is an upside down tree.
All right, or can we just make it simple for everybody at home, just to make it super easy? Let's just build this way, and then.
So you're building it linearly. Okay, so again, we will debate. So, go to Google Images and type in sitemap.
Okay, let's see. Sitemap images.
No, just sitemap.
Well, I know, but watch this. You don't know this trick, do you? See, he pulls up the images right away. Yeah, see, that's what I was planning on doing. Huh?
The third one.
See, but the third one. I know, but see, this is
where we'll debate.
See, this is exactly what shows up in a sitemap, and it's the way I was going at. There is this thing right here.
Yeah, and that is far too confusing. So if we look at the first, The first row with to the right. Yeah, right there. Click on that one. Look at that.
Got it. Okay, so that's the way you would prefer, even though it's not right, but like that's the way you prefer. No problem.
It is correct.
So what we'll do, we'll spread them out a little bit more, and then we'll do the bottom ones right here, just like that. Probably need a little bit more space. So in total, we might have anywhere from 5 to 6. And then we'll build out based on that.
What are we doing here?
Following that.
Home at the top, in the middle.
Oh, got it. That's not confusing. I'm going to go with this. I actually think this is a little bit easier. It's going to be at least easier for me to like walk through, at least as far as like production and everything else. So let's just go with this one, and then you'll see what the best way to do this is. So we got home, we got our ministry, because I do want to do this. So hold on. Let's close that out. And what do we say? We said watch, right? So we're going to add watch right here. And then we're going to do, there's no blog on Miracle Missions. Our mission, our staff, our services, that's all going to go under one. Well, we definitely need to contact us. All right. And by the way, the contact us and our about us are something that Google actually wants to see in every website, along with the home page. Those are the three critical pages that no matter what site you have, they need to have it. And then with that, it's almost the better way to do it. And what else we have? So they don't have it here, but we recommend strongly in there. We don't have a store. We don't have community. We want to have events because I believe there are events here.
Our calendar.
Our calendar, okay.
They're calling it our calendar, but we can call it events and calendar and directions.
All right. So we'll do events here. Oh, my Lord. And then after events, we're going to go to, well, actually, we'll add one more here. And what was the other one you said? So we have home, our ministry, watch, events, and donate.
Give.
I like give better than donate. Yep. Give sounds way better. Okay, beautiful. So now I know we're gonna kind of like break Andy on this one though, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the pages just right underneath, just so you can see the little subsets. So here it's going to be, well, they have it here. So let's look at some of the ones they have. They have our services, our mission, and our ministry. Well, our ministry is already there. So we'll say our pastors. All right. Let's Control C. And then we're just going to post these. Okay. And then what was the last one?
Our staff.
Our staff.
Here, I'll just read them out to you.
Yeah.
To make it go a little quicker. So our staff, and then underneath that, you want to take all three of those, shift them down. You want to take all three of them, shift it down. On top of that one there, you want to put you want to put this above our pastors, our mission. Sorry. Put our mission first, then our pastors. Because first, when you're talking about subject, about the way people are going through the site, you want to hear what they're about, not immediately the staff. So you want to start with our mission. From our mission, then we talk about our ministry, because we're talking about the history of the not our ministry. Excuse me. Our pastors. So okay. Mission. The people who make the mission, the staff underneath that, okay, and underneath that, community outreach. Who they're reaching out to? Who are the community that they want to be a part of?
All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
Then underneath watch, we could have live, and then past sermons or something to that effect, or our channel online, our YouTube channel, or something like that.
So this will be live. I like the live. I think that that's going to be important. And it might even be the same page, but or just say it's sermons instead of something along that way. It's live sermons, events. Should now events be part of
calendar?
Yeah.
Well, let's not look at Joel Ornstein because that's a mega church. Let's look at something a little closer to the Stonebridge Church. So if we look at Connect on them,
it's just
we have events calendar.
Yeah, I don't like the other thing. I think that's like, let's see this one, community group. We believe in. I think it's just one of events, and it just directly goes into the page of events.
Well, calendar could. Well, hear me out. We have an events area for their larger events, but then we also have a calendar because they may have Tuesday worship or something like that. So just calendar and upcoming events. And maybe, and you know what they're going to want? Yep, underneath this, calendar, every church I've ever worked with before, and synagogues also, calendar, upcoming events, and then past events, because they like to show photos of events that they've had in their past.
That's a good idea. Okay, sweet.
Because they always like to show the history of what they've done before.
Very cool. Well, yeah, and it shows community. Like if I was about to join a church, like I would want to see what they're up to and what they're doing and everything else. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. What if we did like give time or give money? You know, like so donations is here after give. I got an idea.
Yeah, so donations and volunteering. Donations
and then this will be volunteer.
And
because you can only donate two things, time or money. So, volunteer.
And then you know what we need to add, Nuno?
Mm-hmm.
We need to, as I'm noticing their left-hand navigation, let's go back under our ministry. Because these are minor pages underneath community. But we've got full Gospel International site, so they're reaching out to their kind of like the organization above them. So we want to have a links page. We want to have a links page, and we want to have something about COVID-19 because it's so important. Resources. Yeah, resources.
So what we'll do is we'll make room. So let's take.
If we could shift the whole thing down and put a homepage on, I'm sorry being a stickler about this. By putting a homepage at the top and making it an inverted tree.
Got it. Give me 1 second. I got what you're saying about the inverted tree. You throw me off like crazy.
There we go. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my God, it's so sexy. Oh, you made me so happy right now.
Well, moving this over, and then let's move this.
Resources. I like that. Or just copying one of those boxes.
Yeah. No, like my box sizes were off. All right, and then resources. All right, and then here
it would be links, and it would be I would say important links, which would get them to the other sites that they worry about, and then well, how about downloads, right? Maybe schedules. Sometimes they print like gospel readings. Or whatever. Actually, that's something we need to discuss with him, because you know what? Let's put in here, and then maybe we'll get him with him, and we'll take that, and we'll kind of show the input from them, what we might be missing.
Or they can just watch this live and correct us then.
That's true.
Again, folks, and again, please don't like our spelling. Is atrocious. So my God, please don't.
And then I think we put COVID-19. I think you have to still. I think.
Well, we'll just say anything health related because we don't want to. Yeah,
health related.
Okay. Announcements. We'll do like that. Just keep it overly compliant.
I like that a lot.
And
and of course, And one more thing, we got to add job opportunities.
Job opportunities.
And we can
Well,
put
wouldn't that be involved? Oh, no,
resource.
that. So that would be
that would be under our ministry. That would be under our ministry.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, obviously,
Just jobs is fine.
just jobs for
is
now.
fine.
So we have the international site, blah, blah, blah. And then I think we'll have, I am just going to put it here as a placeholder. And then we'll either take it away or move it in forward.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Nuno, we're forgetting something. Something that's very important. We got to add this to the ministry under above jobs because they're building the building right now. I remember that from our conversation. So it's called Our New Home. So above jobs, because I think it's more important than jobs, sort of like that. So Our New Home.
Yeah, I think we'll do jobs.
So yeah, just like, yeah.
Cool. Jobs.
No, well, no, Our New Home.
Oh, Our New Home.
It's okay. No worries.
Yeah, so now let's look at some of the things that we are going to do on the home page, because the home page is probably one of the most critical parts, because that's going to be the first introduction there. So let's just break out what the home page is going to carry. Now I'm just going to
Actually, Nuno, so I'm exploring this website. So folks, so this is the reason that we're doing the sitemap. When you go to different pages, the links on the left-hand side change. So this is something that you don't want to do. You want to have all your links available. So if you go to evangelical ministry, click on that. You're going to notice the left nav change, and there's the Bible gateway. So probably that's also in the resources. We want to have the Bible gateway so people are able to download their Bibles or download any sermons and stuff like that. So we probably want to add that.
Well, we have it here as the downloads. We could probably just like throw it into there, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. That might be. Again, we have to talk to him because downloads could be.
Could be a multiple of dudes, yeah.
And then, yeah. So I honestly don't know. But every one of these links there's an our services page that is buried in here. I just found there's a
but this is exactly why you need to always update your site and just making sure. The other thing is eliminating some of that to things that are really not going to be useful, or consolidating them is also something you want to do, because the more you consolidate, the less you have to worry about it later on. And then with that, it just makes it really easy to keep on managing and so forth and so on. So it's just really smart to like break it apart and really just like try to fully understand that consolidating sometimes site less is more. In this situation, it's going to be a little bit bigger site because it's been there for a very long while. So it's collected a lot of these resources over time. But the most important thing is actually like the top critical things we have to make sure we include on the home page during build out. And so if we're going to do the home page, right? So let's talk about the home page. All right. I don't know why I did another thing, but all right. So control. Yeah, there we go. Let's make this a little bigger. Whoa.
Ooh.
It'll actually shrink in size. That's why I love it. So the first thing that we need to do is clear call to action. That's number one. All right. And I like join us. I mean, join us, watch us live. But for now, I think join us is like, for me, the bigger one, because I just think like that's what I want to do.
I agree.
Like you click on a button and it's going to either bring you right to a page that is going to take your information and give you directions right away. And we're going to do some crazy automations for them. That's going to be the second later part of the surprise, where remember, we're not only, and I want to be very clear, we're not only building the websites, we are going to be doing a full business in a box. So that means from start to finish, we are going to take the site, we're going to build out the site, we're going to make some little corrections, and then we're going to build it all out. And then from there, we're going to start creating some automations that's going to make running the church way easier than what they currently have going now. So that's something that we're going to be doing. So a clear call to action. I don't know, it says Cal. Apparently there is not Cal. And let's go ahead and do the number 2. Number 2 is
most recent video or live video.
so figuring out a way doing the live sermons, right? Because like we saw other churches that are doing that, so they want to be competitive. So we want to make sure that they have that. So I think that that's a good point, Andy. I think being able to give, I think, is a really big thing for the church, making it easy for customers and for their followerships, whether it's time or money, but being able to have that process. Eventually, we will actually create a form that will capture a volunteer's information and put it into a little automation that alerts everybody in the church, which I think is going to be pretty freaking cool. So I think that that's going to be pretty nice, right? And then we definitely have to have the give button and making that process easier. Just don't hit that control button. What about directions? I think is the next one.
I think, people got to get there. So directions.
Directions and map.
I also think, and also maybe any major announcements, like due to snow, we may be closed. So major announcements.
Now, is there an easy way, like if I was inside, like make believe, like I'm volunteering in a church, is there anything easy that can do that automatically for them so it doesn't become overwhelming for them to do it on their site every time there's like a snowstorm? This
site is we are going to train the staff on how to update the website, and we're going to try to make it as simple as possible so that when they log in, they can just simply add a blog post and put that information in. That's going to be the quickest way that we can have them do that.
Okay.
And we can even, and I think I am going to be doing a video soon on how to update your WordPress website from your phone. It is possible. I have
Very cool. Oh, you just added the next really critical thing, right? Number 6, mobile friendly.
Oh, yes.
You have to get the site super major mobile friendly. Man, even friendly, I couldn't spell right. All right, mobile. It's going to get there. Mobile friendly.
Don't worry about his spelling.
So, watch now. We got all that. We got some past things. They're not going to obviously do tickets. They got an inspiration queue. Newsletter. I think a newsletter will be good, right? So,
let's ask them about that because it's whether
they might not even have it
here. Okay, so this is the big thing, folks. Don't add news or a newsletter or put dates on news if you're not going to update it regularly. Because if you are not going to, and you see something, let's get away from Joel's website because this is such a huge church. If we go with one of the smaller churches. The next one, I'm forgetting the name right now. Yes, events, sermons, our vision. I don't think we're going to have the app. The app is cool, but I don't even know if we need to have.
I mean, we might not, but I think
this might be something for the homepage. Yeah. Oh, this is the thing, and this is actually a really good point. Nuno, I think we're good for the homepage, and I'll say this. You don't want to overstuff your homepage.
That's right.
Because you'll confuse them because they don't know what to go to first.
That's right.
So this less is more in this case. You want to.
Well, and we just said it literally before, so you're absolutely right. So, all right. So this is it, folks. So the cool thing about of what we try to do is and like I just showed Andy. I'm like, try it. I don't know how to do it. With all these different buttons. So the cool thing about all this is
that's the best part of the whole video,
Yeah, just you. So the cool thing about this is we're going to be building all over time. So today we covered some general topics of how we're going to do it. We brought up a bunch of competitors and a bunch of other people. We got some good design ideas and kind of general format. We went over how our process is of building out a website and kind of finding out the things that we need. And more importantly, we started talking about how we're going to transform this site and rescue it from where it is now to being something a little bit more practical that we're going to be leveraging a little bit more. And later on, as we continue, we're going to build it live. That's the main purpose of the show. So this is going to take several sessions as we build out a full live website. Next week, Andy's going to take the reins and he's going to start taking a template that we have and just starting designing around the template and building all these different pages out and kind of walking through his process how he does it, again, with a little side commentary for me, which I like to do. I like to backseat drive when he designs. Drives him crazy, but it's a lot of fun for me.
I enjoy it.
So, but the point of it is...
Just like I was hard on Nuno will be hard on me. I can can appreciate that.
But the whole point of it is like we're hoping that you're kind of getting the general concept, and hopefully this will be one of many. Now, the point of what we're trying to do is to teach you what goes into really building out an entire business in a box. Not only from a website build, but later on we're going to get into automations, we're going to get into advertising, we're going to get into the simple things you can do to kind of like not let this beautiful site that we're going to design become a billboard in the wilderness, but make it an active site that you can consistently go to and do a bunch of different things on. So that's more important than anything else. So I just want to make sure that you all know. So stay tuned. Follow us along as we build this entire process. We're going to try to go live on a pretty constant basis, so once a week. But also check out the YouTube channel where we're already doing some pre-recorded videos on how to do everything from buying a domain to setting up your first WordPress site, setting up your emails, your calendars, all of that's already included. So follow us along, subscribe, get notified whenever we go live, and we'll see you on the next live show. So thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you soon.
Speak to you soon.